Hello and welcome to another video with me, Rufus Gazelle, and today we are doing something slightly different. We've come to Verwood Cemetery to pay our respects. I've got myself a coffee to sort of start the day as I mean to go on, and we are here. The sun is shining currently as we speak, but there is heavy clouds in the air, and I'm guessing and assuming that rain won't be far away from making its appearance on us today. So I'm just going to take a seat down here amongst all these lovely people that have passed away, and we're just going to sit here and just take it all in before we start. It's so peaceful here. There's something about a cemetery where I just feel relaxed and at ease and tranquil. Is that the right word? Tranquil. So Verwood Cemetery isn't a massive cemetery. I mean, you've only got to take a look around, but there are quite a few headstones to search. And the person we are looking for today is amongst all these headstones. I mean, you've only got to look at the title of this video to know exactly who we're looking for, and that is the late, great Buster Merryfield. He appeared in the iconic UK series, a golden gem amongst British comedy, Only Fools and Horses. He portrayed Uncle Albert. He had that famous catchphrase, "During the war." So unlike his character in Only Fools and Horses, the cockney, rum drinking, the pipe smoking, dithery old uncle that we all grew up with and loved, he was actually the complete opposite. He prided himself on his fitness, doing daily push-ups and regular swimming sessions. Now, his fitness can be traced back to when he was a child boxer during the 1930s. He was teetotal and a non-smoker, and he was very well spoken. He was the British boxing schoolboy champion in 1936, and also the Southern Command Army champion in 1945. So to say he was quite handy is an understatement. He was also an amateur football player, a Millwall fan, attending regular games at the Den. He was also able to play the piano by ear, but he was unable to read music. But the one thing he did enjoy was disco dancing. Can you believe it? I knew there was no escaping the rain today. It was coming in. It definitely was coming in. But I hope it's just a shower. Before turning a professional actor, Buster was a keen amateur actor and director. Some of his productions were The Entertainer by John Osborne, The World My Canvas by Ruth Dixon, and A View from the Bridge by Arthur Miller. He won the Best Actor trophy for The Entertainer and The World My Canvas. Buster turned professional actor at the age of 57, after working for the Westminster Bank, commonly known as NatWest, for nearly 40 years. He started working there on July the 11th, 1938, passing his banking exams in 1939. Now, during his time at the bank, he reached the position of senior area bank manager until war broke out and war service was calling for him. During the war, unlike his character Uncle Albert in Only Fools and Horses, he wasn't in the Navy. He was actually in the Army, and due to his fitness and his physique, he was made PT and jungle warfare instructor. He was awarded the Emergency Commission in the Royal Artillery on March the 13th, 1942. He was then promoted to the rank of second lieutenant. During his time in the war, he was then made entertainment officer, which is where he found his love for acting, putting on shows for the troops. But on March the 16th, 1946, he was demobilised from the army and sent out into civilian life again. After the war, Buster married and with his wife expecting a daughter, he opted to return back to the bank. And then by the time he retired in 1978, he was the bank manager at the Thames Ditton branch in Surrey. After retirement from the bank in 1978, Buster went on to pursue his acting career. He starred in Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat in Connaught Theatre in Worthing. And after that, in the early 80s, he had small television roles in Hannah in 1980, The Citadel in 1983, and he starred as the character Bishop in Strangers and Brothers in 1984. In 1985, Buster joined the cast of Only Fools and Horses. It was after the death of Leonard Pearce in December 1984, who played Grandad Trotter in the first 3 seasons of Only Fools. The character was introduced into the show and written in as the long-lost younger brother of Grandad. So in walked Albert Gladstone Trotter, the seafaring, rum-drinking, pipe-smoking, during the war...
Excusez-moi, monsieur, je ne suis pas français, mais allemande. Allemagne. Deutschland. Germany, yeah?
She's German.
Oh, it's all right. Hang over, Mike. Members cracked it.
Yeah, where you was? I can speak a bit of German.
Can you?
Yeah, I was over there just after the war.
Yes. Come on, sit down. Come over here. Right, sit down now. Now, listen to me. I want you to ask her what her name is, you know, where she lives, her address and all that sort of thing, all right?
Right, lead us to me. What is your name?
What is your name? What is your... He's winding me up, isn't he?
Does anyone speak English?
English, you saucy mare. Of course we speak English.
Buster Merryfield died of a brain tumour at Poole General Hospital on the 23rd of June 1999. He left behind his wife Iris, who he married in 1942, and his daughter and 2 grandchildren. And in front of me, we have finally located the grave of the late Buster Merryfield. In loving memory of Buster Merryfield, 1920 to 1999, he lived for those he loved, and those he loved remember him. And beside him, his wife Iris Merryfield. 1910 to 2002, always loving, always caring, always there together, forever. I love the fact they've used this picture of Buster on his gravestone. The iconic white bushy beard, the flat cap, the Uncle Albert that we all know and love from Only Fools. And this picture of them together, Buster Merryfield and Iris, in the 1940s during his war years. And down here we have good night, parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow. Someone's left the iconic yellow 3-wheeler, the Trotters Independent Traders iconic car from the show, and a little plastic figure of Uncle Albert. And like someone else has, just down here, left the stone for Buster, I am going to do the same, placing my stone just next to theirs as a parting gift to you, sir, Buster Merryfield. I'm so glad that I could come here today to pay my respects to Buster. I met him once in 1998, a year before his death. So to come here and just say thank you for everything that you've done and given us so many laughs. He truly was a league of his own. His funeral was attended by some of the cast of Only Fools, including David Jason, who played Del Boy, and Nicholas Lyndhurst, who played Rodney. In December 1997, Buster Merryfield went to the British Comedy Awards, and on behalf of David Jason, he collected an award for his work in Only Fools. But as he walked to the stage, he fell over and cut his forehead. But Buster, being the fighter that he is, continued to receive the award and the speech. Buster also did a lot for charities, like the Royal National Lifeboat Institution, and in 1996 he wrote his autobiography during the war and other encounters. I mentioned earlier I met Buster back in 1998, a year before his death. And when I did, I managed to get my copy of his autobiography during the war. Signed, Buster Merryfield, Uncle Albert, Only Fools and Horses, BBC TV, 1998. I thank you, kind sir.
Greatest things that's come out of all this is that when I walk along the street, I suppose 7 out of 10 people recognise me, but people break into a smile, and that's wonderful. It's like magic. Walk along and there's Uncle Albert.
Vlog over.